Okay, so I'm continuing to read this letter here. Okay, we received a letter from government leaders informing us that I'm going to move this closer here, informing us that we should remain in the shelter during the pandemic. And we also received funding for this. See, this is a shelter who have received these, what are we going to call them? Stay-at-home orders from the governor? From the court? From the government somehow? Okay. There was a court game at hand. But we received a stay-at-home orders from what ended up being the governor, and this means that we may not be able to do everything that we needed to do to get housing, okay? And so we received funding for, just to help us to be more comfortable and to pass to do activities and things like that, And, okay, so various staff members at the shelter were a part of a meeting that we had with the people who stay here at the shelter. See, at the time I wrote this, I was at the shelter, so that was the here, with those who stay here at the shelter. We were read this letter and were informed that the shelter had received additional funding. However, I am being asked to leave. And both Scott Schneiders and Joanne Carpenter, who work here at the Refuge of Hope shelter, have told me that they do not remember ever having such a meeting. See, we had this meeting and a flux in time happened and they didn't even remember it. I was like, don't you even remember? We had this meeting? So I kind of was in distress about it. Okay, why is Scott Schneiders, the director of the men's shelter, telling me I have to leave the shelter when the lockdown and order to remain at home is yet at hand? Okay, there were a few fluxes in time around a meeting that I had with the director of the shelter, and in one package he said no one has to leave, and another we were deadlocked and life resumed, and he said, okay, you have to leave by the 28th. We were deadlocked, life resumed again, all during this meeting. And then he said, okay, you have to leave by the 20th. And then, there were these fluxes in time at hand, and it could be that he himself genuinely just received information that this is what was going to happen. So I was kind of in distress because there were fluxes in time at hand. Okay? This shelter is our home. It is a temporary home until we have homes of our own. Various apartments that I have been trying to possibly move into are telling me that they are not even showing their vacant apartments to people who may be possible tenants because of the order from the government. Okay, see, I was trying to look for apartments, and there were several apartments that said, no, we're not even going to show it to you. I mean, we can't. It's kind of funny. Okay. If I do not have an apartment I can move into, I should not be asked to leave. The shelter should not be... I should not be asked to leave the shelter and should not be told that I cannot stay at the shelter while this pandemic is at hand. Kicking me out is wrong. I have not caused any trouble. and have been harmlessly staying here when the coronavirus pandemic began. I am asking for your help. Were we deadlocked and this letter and money missing? I need a place to live. Sincerely, David B. Rogers Taffy. Asking one to leave a homeless shelter may increase risk of susceptibility to the coronavirus as well as other illnesses. Okay. So I was in distress because we had more than one formal meeting, and even we posted see, this is a drawing of a turkey here, but we had posted papers on the wall informing us information about the stay-at-home orders, and then these vanished. They disappear. Okay. And I was aware of this. I was becoming aware of it. I didn't know, and then later I began to realize this happened. Oh my gosh. So I started to write a series of letters, and I'm going to continue to. For now, I would like you to consider these 4 categories. This is a square, 4-side, hexagon shape, that's 6 sides, octagon, that's 8 sides, and the decagon. Okay, these are the first 4 even-sided polygons. See, 4, 6, 8, 10. I would like you to consider them, and I would like you to consider 4 isms, because this is a part of developing feng shui wisdom. The first 4 pieces of furniture I got for my home is for the backyard. Got a chair, which is an outside patio furniture. It's not indoor furniture, it's outside backyard patio furniture. And I got a picnic blanket, and I got a hammock, and I also got a chassis. Those are the first 4. And then I made videos talking about 4 images that I got. They're all pretty much Buddha. And then my next set of 4, a part of developing feng shui wisdom, I'm going to get 4 coats. Coats. That you know, like a jacket, but it's a coat. And you put it on you. Coats. 4 coats for 4 different special closets I have here in my home. Okay.